I counted the amount of cheek products that I have and I ended up with 69 cheek products. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm sorry about the lighting situation. If you watched my Get Ready With Me, you would realize that something in my room died and I became very superstitious about it for like a minute or two, which is okay. We're allowed to panic at this time of events happening around us. But I decided that I want to use this time and still film regardless of the lighting situation. I know that I shouldn't be like showing you anything super precise, but what I decided I could do was think about mainstreaming my collection. I see a lot of people doing declutterers. I've done a lipstick declutter years ago, and I thought to myself, decluttering something right now is very stressful, especially because I can't leave my house and just give people products. They're going to be stuck in my collection. So maybe if I can think of like mainstreaming my collection and keeping the things that I continue to think are kind of irreplaceable, and maybe if I focus on these, with time I'll realize that I don't necessarily need to have 69, but I need to have only whatever amount I decided to keep in this box. I'm going to start off with any consistency that is not powder. So we're talking about creams and liquids and sticks and whatever they may be. I decided that I like using cream products whenever I'm not wearing foundation and whenever I'm doing like a no makeup kind of look. So for me, a cream bronzer is a kind of necessity. Obviously, no makeup is ever necessary, but if you are someone who likes to wear makeup, you realize that it's kind of fun and it's necessary to have fun in life. Let's just put it that way. So I decided to keep the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in the shade Baked. This isn't necessarily the most amazing bronzer in my collection, but whenever I want a cream bronzer, this is the one that I would go to. I decided to keep this, and I think this has a solid, irreplaceable place in my collection. That's the first thing. I also really love me a cream blush. And I thought to myself, what are two shades that I think I would need in my cream blush collection? And I decided to narrow it down to two. So these are the cream cheek products that I'm gonna keep. This first one is the Flower Beauty or Flower Cosmetics Flower Makeup Blush Balm in the shade Bubbly. This is a beautiful, more on the cool violet side of things, which basically when you blend it in, it just ends up being a beautiful pink on my cheeks. I love me a pink blush, and this one just is a very beautiful one. And the formula is very great. I genuinely think that people are sleeping on this. It's great. It's a great product. Like, get on it. It's genuinely amazing. Then we have the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. This is more like a corally, peachy, slightly on the bronzy side of the spectrum blush, which is perfect for every day, perfect for underneath foundation, but when I'm not wearing foundation, when I am wearing foundation. This is a shade that I think is very, very universal in my eyes, and it's very necessary in my collection, so I had to keep it. Then let's talk about highlighters. I am keeping three liquid to stick highlighters. The only stick highlighter I'm keeping is this one from Jade, and this is the Velveteen highlighter. I've already talked about this and I adore it. This is one of my top favorite products from Jade, and it's incredible. The shade is phenomenal. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this with this dodgy lighting, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that this product is incredible. I highly recommend it. I think everyone who would get this product would get along with it. The only thing that I don't like about it is the packaging, because it came off of the base, so now it's kind of loose in the tube. And I try every time that I like open up the cap, I try to not shake it too much and cause it to fall off on the ground or on my clothes or anything else. but it's beautiful and I love it. Now, there are two liquid highlighters that I'm keeping because I like to use them as highlighters and also like to mix them with my foundation. And they are this one from Flormar. This is the Flormar. I actually don't know what it's called, but I think it is a highlighting primer. You can use it as a primer. I have never done that because I find that to be I don't know if I have never done that. Maybe I've done that like in the past. But this is a beautiful kind of bronzy, uh, shimmery highlighter. It's a liquid highlighter that you can mix in with your foundation. You can wear it on your cheekbones, like using your finger or sponge or whatever else you would like. It's really, really great. The other one is this one from Pupa. This is the Pupa Glow Obsession Liquid Highlighter. I wouldn't mix it in with my face. I have never done that, but I find this one specifically to be more shimmery and more obvious, like when it comes to sparkles, than the Flormar one. But I love them regardless, and I highly recommend both of them. I think they're both lovely. So yeah, that is everything that's not powder. We are moving straight ahead from that to talking about contours and bronzers. I am keeping 5 contouring and bronzing products in my collection. The first one is my one and only and my most favorite contouring palette, which is the Smashbox contouring palette. I love this because you can use it underneath your eyes. And these are very, very good powders, very long lasting and very, very easy to apply. This is the contour and this is the bronzer, and it just makes a very easy travel friendly palette. If you ask me if there's one contouring palette to get, I think this is it. I don't really necessarily think that getting a bigger one with like tons of shades that you wouldn't ever use is a smart idea. But yeah, I'm going to keep it at that and I'm going to move on. Then we have 2 more contouring products. The first one is a very, very well loved classic. This is the cult favorite, and it's the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder. Can you see any product anywhere around the pan? I hope so. I have this today. I have used and abused this product so many times, and I really, really love it. And I think there are 3 shades of it. So I have the shade medium, and there's a lighter one, and there's a deeper one. I don't know how deep the deepest one goes, but this is just right for my collection. I love it. It is expensive as can be for just a tiny little contour, but I would repurchase it in a heartbeat. I love the formula. I love the shade. It's just beautiful. The other contouring product is my Yana Provis Dodge and Burn Contour in the shade 01 Fair Light. This is how it looks. It is lighter than my Kevyn Aucoin in terms of shade, but it does the same job very, very well, and I absolutely love it. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. It's amazing. Then for bronzer, there are 2 bronzers, which I feel is fair because then I have 3 contouring products and 3 bronzing products, including the palette because there's a bronzer in it. But the first one is the Too Faced Milk Soleil something chocolate milk. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil. It's a beautiful. This is the bronzer I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's just a beautiful formula. It smells incredible because sometimes you want chocolate. It depends on how you feel, but I'm not a chocolate person and I enjoy that smell. So that goes to prove that it's a very light and very tolerable scent. The other bronzer that I absolutely love is the Yana Provis bronzer in the shade 1 Fair Light. This is the Dodge and Burn bronzer. This is a very recent product in my collection, but it has climbed up the ladder faster than I could have predicted, but it's an incredible, incredible, incredible bronzer. The formulation is incredible. The blendability, the staying power, I was going to say the staying powder. No, the staying power is phenomenal. I really, really like it a lot. Then we're talking about blush. I could keep one more product because I just realized that I have one that I didn't think of, but I think is incredible. It would be the Pupa Luminous Cheek product. I don't know what it's called. Luminous All Over Baked something something. This is the shade. I like it because it's a more purpley plummy tone, and I love that for the winter. So that will be the first one. I love the Humula because it's very shimmery and very, very brightening. It kind of looks like the blush I'm wearing today in terms of sheen. I love that. Then another Pupa product, another Pupa blush is the Like a Doll blush in the shade 106. Is it? Yeah, 106. And it's just the most beautiful, perfect, cool toned pink. This is the kind of blush that would really bring out so much life and like almost youthfulness to your skin. Then I am going to keep the Flower Pot powder blush in the shade Warm Hibiscus. This is the blush I'm wearing today, and I just love this peachy blush with the most gorgeous sheen. Ugh, I have to, like, how can I not keep this specific one in my collection? Finally, I would have to keep the Sunkissed Glow from Yana Provis. This is the most beautiful neutral shade. I wear this without having to think of what I'm wearing on my eyes. It's a beautiful neutral, and it is also sheen, which is my blush preference. I love me a good sheeny blush. I am not necessarily, I could use a matte blush, but I think deep down I prefer a sheeny one, a glowy one. Finally, we can talk about my highlighting products, my powder highlighting products. The first one and the biggest one is a palette. This is the holographic palette from Jade. I love this palette a ton, especially the shade Stellar. I mean, I don't necessarily know why I'm swatching, but I mean, maybe you will be able to see it. I don't know. I love all of the shades really, but yeah, let's just swatch them all. Why not? We are already swatching things, so might as well. Can you see them? I hope so. They are fantastic. I have my most used, most cherished highlighter in my collection, which is the Il Makiage highlighter in the shade Halo. This is the most subdued highlighter you could ever get. And I love using that for the center of my forehead, the center of my chin, and the bridge of my nose, and also even my cupid's bow. And I just find it to be a product that's so unique that it's irreplaceable in my collection. I have never seen any product like it, and I don't think I ever will. Let's talk about the next one, which is another one that comes in with two shades. This is the Pixie by Petra highlighter shade Troubled Sunrise. This is the highlighter I have on my cheeks today. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love this product so much, and I love this as a cheek topper. Although all of my cheek products are shimmery and highlighty and all of that, but I can never get enough glow. So for that reason, I mean, look at that. It's just perfect. Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Whoever knows the song gets just 10 points in my book. And whoever doesn't, Google it. You won't regret it. It's an amazing song. Anyways, the last product is the Jade Highlighter Velveteen Highlighting Powder. I think this is the lightest shade. I don't know what number it is because of the sticker right here. I'm going to show you how incredible this one is. Where can I? Okay, let's do it here. Can you see how incredible this is? I love me a luxurious, glistening, glowing highlighter, and these are definitely my favorite ones in my collection. I kind of realized that 50 out of 70 products are kind of interchangeable, kind of not necessarily vital in my collection. If I stick to these, maybe I will reach a point where I can declutter 50 cheap products from my collection, which would be incredible. Let's not be that bold yet. Let's just tone it down a bit and see how things go, because maybe I will miss a product from my collection and I would run and grab it. I mean, who knows? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that the lighting situation wasn't too bothersome. but I think it just makes my gloss and my highlighter being even more. I mean, I'm distracted myself. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you can tell me, like, what is the most irreplaceable cheap product in your collection? What is something that you would run to the store and repurchase in a matter of seconds if you realize that you either like ran out or that you lost it somehow? Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.